All right, we're back to playing some more Monk here on Avos. A couple of things changed real quick before we get past the server selection screen. So this week they increased the total number of players that can be on any realm or any shard at any given time. So it should open up some room for more people to get onto these really busy servers. Avos being one of those, Black Moon, a couple others. That way more people can get on their chosen shard, play with their friends, and they can stress test things a little further. In addition, what's very relevant to us here is they added a third shard to Avos. Before we had Avos 0 and 1, now we have Avos 2. So you can see even with another shard, still hitting pretty full numbers. So we're going to play on new shard, Avos 2. So last time we made level 7 and a little bit. We were working around in this area, working on boars for some quests, as well as fighting the Gadai. I was playing my wizard the other day, yesterday, and found a new Gadai camp that I want to kind of run up and see if it's kind of open for Sigil to be able to fight up there a little bit and see if it's worthwhile. We're going to take stock here. Well, I'm going to fight this deer, but we're going to take stock here and decide on what direction we want to go. So I think there's a couple of quests, lower level quests we can get cleared out of the log. We can also work on the gathering tools quest because we still want all the upgrades to the gathering tools. Now, a couple of those probably require us to actually go into a vendor's pass, which I'm feeling like we're still a little low level for, but we'll look at what we can do. So we'll head out here with a little bit more focus today. First thing I'm going to do is work my way all the way up to that Gadai camp and see if that's something that's reasonable for us to camp for some of this level here. There's going to be a lot of gathering along the way, so we will continue to gather along the way. The only issue I have with that Gadai camp up there is that it actually doesn't have any type of guard protection nearby, which, as we've seen, can be difficult if we get one of the Gadai recruiters that we need to clear. So if there's a Gadai recruiter in that camp, and it's a fairly large camp, but if there's a Gadai recruiter in there, it may be a bust as far as being able to use that for an experience spot for any amount of time. But we'll see. And it's a little bit of a jog to get up there. So actually it is up this wall. So it's up this wall and then up the next wall. But I'm going to go around and I'm going to fight things along the way and do some gathering. So we're going to look for boar. So while we're fighting this boar, I will actually take a look at my log, my quest log. We can start my journal and we can start figuring out what to work on. So we do have the Ghostly Riddler is the ring quest that we got from the Ghostly Present out on the island, or the Ghostly Riddler out on the island. We're not going to start on that yet, but it is something I want to get to. Got Strength of the Earth, which is to find and defeat the abandoned quarry golem. Which next time we head into town, we should look at figuring out where we need to go to actually clear that quest. It's not one I've ever done. It's newer to the game. So we have some crafting quests, which I'm not going to work on in the moment. We need moon lilies at night, so we're going to be on the lookout for those. Mining, we're going to want to hit mining nodes like crazy to get these gemstones we need. And we're still collecting apples and boar meat. So that's why I want to hit these boars. So if you skin the boars, you have a chance at meat from just looting them, and then you have a chance at meat from skinning them as well. So we're going to want to be skinning them. Somehow we still don't have the rat tails from Lendl, so we'll watch for rats that we can knock out. Dorian has some very specific needs. I may have to do a little bit of asking around on where to get some of these very specific things. I know some of them drop from the thugs camps near the beginning. Some might drop from the Gadai camps. We'll have to sort out where we need to go, what we need to kill to get those items we need for Dorian. Aster's looking for blackberries and apples. Even more reason to get apples. I'll have to check my bank. I think I may have banked a bunch of apples. Fire beetle charger. Likely clear this when we get down into a vendor's pass. We need more boars and boar meat. golden needles from the thugs at the beginning, and then the cultists. So I think we can... next time we're in town, we're going to hit up a couple of the quests that are close by. We'll find some cultists. We'll take care of them, and then we'll also see about clearing that monk quest to kill the... What was it? Construct? Golem? Something like that. Quarry Golem. Yeah, see there, from skinning it, I got some more meat. And that actually finished out this quest. Be awesome next time we're in town. If it's blue, we fights it. Oh, this guy's fighting it too. We'll let him have it. I'll move on to the spore. No problem. We both just decided to hit that guy at the same time and get going on it. I was talking about playing my wizard earlier, or yesterday, and I ran by the farm in town and saw the tyrannical chicken menace. And I had to laugh again about last episode when we finally got the revenge on the tyrannical chicken menace. Yeah, I found that extremely amusing. All right, this Gadai Trapper is still the dark yellow or purple or orange color. Not purple, the orange color. I have had so many run-ins with this guy on different characters, and he is dangerous. Much as I would like to be adventurous and try to take him on, I think that is just asking for a corpse run. He is a tough cookie, for sure. So, we'll save that for later. One of these days. I tried several times with my wizard to take him down. Wizard's a lot different fighting style, though. You're very glass cannon, so you're trying to nuke before they can kill you, and you take hits pretty hard. All right, we do need as much mining as we can get to try to get those gems or stones that we need to get for the mining quest. They're just a random drop. So as your skill goes up in mining, you have a higher chance to get some of those random drops from mining nodes, things like coal or the uncut gems. So the best method is just continue to work on the skill. We don't need wood right now, so I am actually going to skip cutting down the non-fruit trees because that's just going to fill up our inventory faster. And we're not in a situation where we're dying for all kinds of resources, so we're going to try to use our inventory smartly and only pick up the things that we're going to need to actually do the quests that we have or to push our needs. Now I know I'm doing fletching, which is a wood-based trade skill, but at the moment I'm all right. And I know that Lavius is sitting with a bunch of maple wood in his bank too if I need it. So we're just going to skip over that for the moment and push harder on the questing. Interestingly, another change that they made for grinding out experience here. Before, it's always been the highest experience to kill yellows or higher, if you can. So if you're capable of killing yellows constantly and you can get a good supply of them, that's still the highest experience per hour, or however you want to look at it, if you can kill them at a decent rate. Or highest experience per mob, let's say. You get a bonus for killing yellows. What had happened before is blues, so level below, like this rat is to me, it's blue con. So just being a level below, experience kind of, as they described it, fell off a cliff. So it was, you'd actually get 60% less experience if it were a level below you. And they changed that to only 10% less experience. So right now, if you can kill blues, whites, yellows, those are all going to be great, and blue's got a huge buff. So even if you see something that's just one level below you, so light blue is still going to be considerably less experience, but a dark blue, like what we just killed, is very worthwhile to kill now. I was always killing them anyway, but it's gotten a buff, so it just makes it better overall. I'm going to kill like every rat here because I want to get that Rat Tails from Lendl quest done on our way. So we're going to be going up around on the road here, and then looking for that other camp. Unfortunately, we're getting into nighttime, which is going to make it a little harder to kind of scout it out and sort it. We also need apples, so I'll be hitting that. But I am not going to let nighttime deter me. Man, all those... We killed those 3 rats and no rat tails for us. Someday, Lendl. Someday, you creepy guy. It's another thing. I've done that quest many times on many characters now, and with the randomness of the drops, much like any MMORPG, it's very different on each character. Sometimes the first 5 rats, or maybe the first 8 rats or something, I'll get the tails I need, and that quest is done. Here I am, what, level 7 and almost 7.4, so 40% through level 7, and still haven't gotten the rat tails. There's also the chance that if I went back and looked, I may have sold some at some point. Especially if I was overweight or something, I would maybe just dump them and then realize, should have hung on to them. You also can't get rat tails from skinning, not that I've seen anyway. So it's just on the initial loot that you see the rat tails. All right, I'm kind of wandering off in the wrong direction here. I got distracted by trying to get some rat tails. So we'll mine this and then head off in the right direction. We got good moonlight out now, so be able to see up there. It's up on the mountainside, so hopefully we'll have some good visibility. Okay. There I got some coal, but I didn't get any of the gems that I need. Gotta watch out for not the small dusk bats, but the rabid dusk bats they'll tear you up. They do some kind of cast. The ghost vipers. Now we'll go ahead and fight the ghost viper. It is a much different fighting style from the monk to the wizard, though. And even the monk from the shaman or the wizard from the shaman. So they're very, very distinct feel to the characters. I'm not going to skin the snakes. I don't need the tattered snake scales. Or tattered snake skins. Okay, so back down there is the crossroads, back the way we came. This would be if I took the hard right at crossroads and I want to head towards a vendor's pass. So I would follow up here to go to a vendor's pass. I'm turning off a little bit before that. And I'm going to head up this hill. So these deer are green. I'm not going to bother with them. Young Buck's light blue. I'll pass him up too. Someone over there mining. But up along this ridge line, there are a bunch of Gadai spawns. And if you follow them around and you drop down, looks like someone might be already be fighting them. If you drop down a little past them, there are some higher level Gadai in a camp. I'm wondering if in another level or so, if we can split that camp and kind of have it to ourselves. It's in a pretty far out of the way place. But we will see. So yeah, there's a couple things to collect up there. It looks like there's some people out here already working this area. Not surprisingly. We'll kind of... Yeah, there's another guy here already. So this is obviously a better known spot than I thought. I hadn't been up here before until I came up here with my wizard the other day. It looks like these are all camped out. Now the problem, like I said, the problem is you can get the recruiters still spawn up here, and you still got to figure out how to kite that guy out somewhere. Ooh, that is a big mining spawn out there. This is a normal size Asherite ore deposit, and that is bigger even in the distance. All right, we got to get out to that, figure that out. Let's see how we get out there. So it looks like it's going to be a climbing adventure to get up to that. Oh, Ghost Viper. He's blue. Take him on. All right, I think I'm going to have to drop down there and do some scouting. I don't want to... I know down below there's some higher level Gadai, and I don't want to just drop down and be right in the middle of their camp. Maybe someday once I have Feigned Death or something, I'll be a little braver with that sort of thing, but... I'm willing to take on a challenge, but a whole camp full of yellow mobs is probably not not the thing I want to be doing. Assuming they're even yellow at this point. They might even be orange still. Okay, where's a good spot? Yeah, we'll drop down over here. Nice thing about down here is there are a couple of mobs that spawn that may still be blue to us. Even not counting the Gadai up this hill and then down this way, and definitely plenty of ore deposits. So there's kind of this area, which we'll run up there and see how we can get to that mining node. And then there's one more down, which actually this one more down is what goes to that Gadai camp. And you can get there from climbing the wall from down below, but I found it kind of dropping down here. This is looking for tank for Gadai Fort, and I'm wondering if that might be what this is over here. When I was here on my wizard, there was no one out here, so I didn't really have anyone to talk to about it or see if it's a thing. There is a cave here, but I think that mining node we want is straight up above us. So, let me go look at this cave. Is this the... There's some caves that are empty, but have the potassium nodes in them for mining. I'm wondering if this might be one of those caves where they're still marked as a cave area, so they still get the potassium deposit spawns, but they don't have anything to fight in them. So it's probably worth peeking in here and seeing, because we'll need potassium for one of the next mining quests, so we can get our upgrade equipment. All right, so if I climb here and I just look down, this is where I saw... Okay, so down in there is where that Gadai camp is. Okay. Well, here, we'll get this node. We'll start to figure out our path to climb up this wall. Looks like there's some ledges here, like in the tree. But also, I wonder if I can hit these little ledges on the way up. We are going to try. If not, it looks like I can go on that side. Actually, that's probably the way to go. Go to there, go to there. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, I can't get up there. Okay. Let's get some energy back. Go all the way. Let's see if we can get up to this little ledge here. Looks like we got it. I can rest up on this spot. Continue on up. If I can zoom in past the trees a little bit. Oh, I don't see... Oh, I made it. Oh, what the... Look at this thing. Good lord. That's amazing. I've never seen a huge hardened Casperoid deposit. I think someone might have sent me a screenshot of one, but this is... Wow. All right. How long is it going to take to mine this with my basic tools? Oh, geez. All right, well, we're staying here. We're going through it. Still going. I mean, holy crap, this thing's ridiculous. That just took so long. Hey, we got one of the gemstones we need, though. That's freaking great. Some hardened Casperite and some shimmering celestium. I believe that's one of the gems we need for Aldius. Yeah, the spinel. Awesome. That is freaking great. I've never seen anything like that. Let's see if I can catch on this little one. Nope. Okay. That was amazing. I'm so glad I saw that from a distance, and it was an unbelievably huge deposit of Casperite. Well, now that I know those kind of things exist, I will be on the lookout. Keep an eye out. See if I can find any more of those. Now we got a spider. It's a blue. Get him. Like this guy had a tough time. These guys are orange to me, but so not good for the moment. But I do think maybe that camp down there will be good. Although I attacked one just to see with my wizard. He's level 8, and their spell they chained the spell punks here. Good eye spell punks. They chain cast damage spells, and it was super dangerous. So I wasn't a big fan of sticking around for that. Now the wizard gets a good interrupt, so I was able to interrupt some of them. But in the end, he killed me. So I think the monk has a little bit more staying power with the ability to heal with the strike. And if we can pick up some kind of spell interrupt, it might be interesting. I don't think we have anything right now that actually will interrupt a spell. But it might be good for us. It might also be the reason why they're not camped. It's just they're way too dangerous with their spell casting. Their chain spell casting just blowing you up every time. So we'll have to take that into account and see if it's worth our time. I'm going to make another pass up through here. It looks like that guy just came down though. So I'm guessing all of this is camped. And let's keep an eye out for groups too. I actually do have some amount of time I can play right now, so I could get into a group. Ask this guy what level for spiders. 7 monk here. I know that if you go down the road further, you can camp the spiders up here around the corner, but I have not done that, so I'm not sure what level they're generally looking for those groups. It might be a level 10 group, might be level 8 they're looking for. I might be right on their threshold. Oh. Heck yeah. Okay, he says they're like 10-ish for those spiders. I'll tell him. I'm still sorting out what all the camps what level you need to be for all the camps. Good. That's something we can look forward to also at level 10. Young Ghost Viper accidentally attacked him anyway, or he aggroed on me at the same time I clicked on him. I don't know which one, but we'll take care of him. Oh, we got a ring. A ring with no stats. Oh, hitting the wrong button to open my bags. A ring with no stats, but it can fill the slot. Hey, we have a ring. We'll look along here for bears and boars. There's a yellow boar. Let's go for it. We're brave, right? These are defensive. Well, did it update this yet? Still not updated. So I don't know if it's a defensive or not. The note said they removed the dodge component of it. The in-game tooltip says it's still there. If I look in my codex, it's still there, so I'm not sure what the single source of truth is on that one. For now, I will pretend it's a defensive, and it'll just make me feel better. I have missed my heal strike twice. Wow. That is not a good thing. Still took him out, but it was a lot closer than it needed to be. If both of those had hit, we would have ended that fight with almost full health instead of near dead. So if we can find enough things to kill, I'd like to make level 8 and then head into town and knock out a couple of those quests. Oh, yes, I'm low health. Let's go have a seat. Take a moment. Meditate on a rock. Think about what we're doing in life while we heal up. All right, here we go. Looking good. Yeah, Howler's light blue. I think I saw there was a bear over here, which would be, yeah, here we go. Ooh. Ooh, that is going to be one tough fight. I have his attention and he's wandering towards me. I'm going to have to move away. Let's go with the light blue. Or that we can take a orange level bear. That's That's at the upper end of what might be possible. But you also got to ask yourself, would I be me if I didn't go try? We can find a spot that we can... Well, let's see. We can run back through here if we need to. If I pull him this way as far as I can, right? If I pull from a distance, he's going to charge me, though. So I'm going to want to find something I can duck behind. So he can't charge, or I'm going to want to rush in. One of the two. Hey, but first, we've got a white con boar that made our decision easy. We'll fight this guy first. It's much safer. But I'm alright with sitting here and thinking out a plan to try to take on that orange level bear. Now, what's this guy selling? Got anything good for monks? He probably does, but I don't know what some of these things are. Sentinel's gloves. I don't know, chain is not going to be good for us. Hunter's breeches, maybe, could be good for us. Burglar's gloves might be rogue only. Yeah, it's hard to say. There's some exciting items coming out, though, as people get more and more. So he's actually selling schematics to make things. Okay, this is the item. These are the items. These are schematics. So more and more schematics being found or picked up from chests. So one of the changes that's coming is schematics will start dropping from mobs instead of just from chests. Right now, you pretty much have to camp out chests to get them, and a lot of chests are being camped out by high-level players, just logging in and taking on more rogues, things like that. So you're kind of at the mercy of the marketplace to get a lot of your better recipes. I think this Ghost Viper, he's even con. So that came up in one of the live streams with Joppa, and one of the things they want to fix is how do they make it so that high-level players won't want to come back or won't get as much benefit out of coming back and camping low-level mobs or low-level areas to get things. He had some solutions in mind. You know, maybe for killing mobs in the area, you get keys that can open the chests, or level-dependent chests, like in certain areas you have to be within a certain level range. There were a few different ideas. They don't want to limit it too much because they do want people to be able to come back at a high level and loot a chest if they want, but they want to make it so it's not like it doesn't drive kind of a degenerate gameplay where that's what you do, right? Is always take the chests from the low level players. People that are adventuring in an area at a reasonable level for that area should have a shot at the loot. So I think we'll see some trial and error happening in the near future on ways to improve that whole situation. For now, the thing you can do is since people are camping those, and they are, as guilds get the stuff they need within their guild, they're selling off their extra recipes. You can buy them from people. So you can do other things to make money and kind of target the recipe you want from someone, which there's some benefit to being able to pick exactly what you want to spend your money on rather than taking a chance at a random drop from a chest. Oh, the bear keeps coming so close. I need to take him on with a plan. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to charge into him so he doesn't do a bear charge on me. I'm going to pop everything here. And don't miss. Nice. If we get a couple misses on the heal strike, on resonating strikes, we're going to be in bad shape. Here we go again. Oh, we got a miss. That might be it. Might just take one miss. But try to hold out for 6 seconds. Nope. Dang. We might, if we could hit those resonating strikes every time, we might actually have a chance against an orange. But the fact that they can miss is so dangerous. It's just so friggin' dangerous. But I'm perfectly happy that I tried. I couldn't just walk away from the situation and not try. Yeah, so probably won't keep doing that. I do want to get my way towards level 8 here. But always cool to see to push the limits on what we can do. Before it was these boars that we couldn't take that were yellow, and now it's the bear that we can't take that's orange. So it's cool to see that progression in power and to try. And man, if we'd gotten that resonating strike to land, it would have been really cool. Don't have any of my stuff. I'll have to run back over there. Probably fight this boar first once I get full health. All right, that boar got jumped by Syntax over here, so he can have at it. And I will make my way back over and pick up my stuff. Oh, somebody's avenging me. This guy, Beffin. Shaman, it looks like. He's avenging my death. Appreciate you, Beffin. I feel avenged. Alright, we're going to make our way back up the hill. I think this time we'll go up the hill, we'll circle around, we'll look for some more rats up there. Because I still want to get the stuff for Lendl's quest. And we'll run by and do some selling at the vendor also. Let's see how we're not quite overloaded yet, so we could do another round maybe, but we're over that way, it might be worth it. Alright, out for stuff to collect. Looking for blue, white, yellow mobs. Or apparently orange, which I'll try. Gotta keep the experience bar moving forward, though. Too many of those brave attempts, and you don't get anywhere. You just end up de-leveling. So, spiders here, good targets for us. We probably could just swing back through where we were doing the Godai camp before, and just put that on our route of the way we're running. Much like we saw people do when we were there. And if it's clear, if it's spawned, we could clear it real quick. It's going to be mainly light blues, but I mean, they're fast and easy to clear out. This guy's also blue. Yeah, these spiders are great every time we come through here. They're fairly straightforward. They do put a attack speed reduction on you. But overall, it's a pretty much just a tank and spank kind of fight. Nothing tricky needed. The only thing is you can't skin them, so they don't have any potential secondary resources on them, right? I'm just gonna fight these light blues also. We're traveling anyway. The server's busy on the weekend here. Might as well take what we can get. Kill whatever comes along. Dusk Bat is also light blue. So I think when we go up here, we go around the circle again, working our way towards level 8. I think we will. Oop, I don't think I actually looted that. I didn't scan them either way. We'll go up. If we do manage to get the tails that we need for Lendl, that could also be a trigger to head back into town, so that we can go do those other quests. So we'll play it by ear. If there's a good reason, because we do have one quest completed here for Aldeus, and we've got one completed for the Huntress, so we could run back at some point and turn those in. I'd like to have one or two more that we have completed before we decide to make the run back. But once we do make the run back, we will clear out a couple of other quests real quick. We might run up by the Dire Lord starting area. Near there's another cultist camp that's usually pretty open because it's pretty low level, and people usually come down and do the thugs instead at that level, because that's where you can find a lot of people, is around the thugs. So we could potentially just clear that camp and get that quest done. Yeah, these are green. I am not going to spend the time on greens for sure. Light blue, I'll do it. Oh, another apple tree. Need lots of apples. We need 20 for the Crossroads guy, and then we need some amount for Lendl also. Or not Lendl, Thaddeus also. Actually, I'm not going to skin all of these bats because I don't need the hides, the tattered hides, and I was skinning the boars because I also needed their meat, so we're going to leave some things to rot. We're making a choice. Where's this guy? He's a green. There's a light blue one. But I think our true target here are rats if we can find them. So I see there's a rat up the hill here. So I'll get this rat instead. We are looking for tails. Teeth? We don't need teeth. We need tails. There's the light blue. Just killing while we're moving. Making sure we're maximizing the benefit as we move through the area. I wonder if these... I think these bats are like the nighttime spawn version of the rats. Because they seem to... Oh, that's a green. Not worried about him. We do need more blackberries, though. We need 20 of them for our crossroads. Ghost Viper Jute we don't need right now. But I think these bats might spawn in the nighttime, and then during the daytime, the rats spawn. It might be some of both, but it seems like there's a ton of bats up here right now, whereas last time we were up here, there were a ton of rats. It could just also be that they share the same spawn table, and we're just seeing... This is what happens when people are hunting the rats, but not the bats. But I'm guessing that there's a difference between day and night, or some other cycle that causes them to spawn like this. But either way, I'm looking to slay rodents. Bring out your rats. Unfortunately, not finding very many on this pass through. We can kind of look down this hill here and see. They're all green. Here's a light blue. Oh, we got a good die trapper chasing a guy. We have been that guy. Oh, I didn't get him fast enough. I'm not gonna fight that guy unless I am in a position to cut and run. So he's gonna have to chase me up the hill here a little bit. We've been here before and done this dance before. I will fight him. I will try to fight him. But he's gonna have to do it right up here where I can jump down and go to the guards if I need to. Alright. Got the strike off. Resonating strike. We got some heal. Everything's on cooldown though, and he's doing some damage. We got 5 seconds for the heal to come back around. Ooh, he did too much. I can't actually jump. I'll die from the damage. Oh, and I failed the strike. I can't crawl off the edge. I'm just hanging. Okay. That's cool, I guess. I fell out of my body. I'm having an out-of-body experience right here. So I went from like 40% health to 10%, and if I had jumped, it would have actually killed me anyway. So there's a danger there. Not enough mitigation. Just took a hard hit. Well, try to jump in and save somebody. Was too late to save them. Too late to save myself. Probably should have just jumped off. Those trappers I'm finding are quite difficult. So I can take some yellow cons, but those guys are not, they're not easy. I feel like they're a little under-conning for what they are. The fact that he could take me down 25-30% in one hit is quite, I mean, that's huge. It's a lot of just repeated hits. 8, 12, 8, 3. I have 76 total hit points, so I mean, this is 23 right there. That's a third of my health. So that would be right there where he hit me for that 30%, and then he just slowly beat me up while I was down. Here's where he killed me. I did mitigate 1 point of elbow strike while down. There you go. Strong. All right, going back up. Now, when we go back up, we are going to still look for things to fight. I'm going to, on my way to get my stuff, I'm going to fight. We hit those, see those blues, those blue cons, those white cons, yellow cons. Even light blues, right? Said I would fight the light blues, so. We're not stopping the plan. We just have to go back and get our stuff. Those damn trappers, though. Every character, every time. It's like you think you fight some yellows, like yellow boars or whatever, and you think, oh, I got it. I could take on that yellow trapper. And then they remind you of last time they killed your other character or killed you last time. Grab some ore over here. Still need those gems, so we got to keep hitting all the mining nodes we can. Don't necessarily need the metal. We can vendor that or sell it off to a player, or trade it to a player. I don't know. We'll figure that out, but we do need those gems for the quest. There's another trapper. And another trapper that we're not going to fight. I'm going around that guy. Now these spiders, though, once again, can almost just sit up here and camp spiders, I suppose. Too bad there's only a couple spawns of them here. Otherwise, it'd be super cool to fight some rounds of spiders for experience. Although they don't give us any, like I said before, they don't give us any secondary resources that we might need. But still very cool. Or not very cool, but very straightforward fights, right? It would be very cool if there were enough of them to just kind of clear an area of them around and around. And there might be somewhere out there. I haven't been everywhere yet. Like I was saying, I just the other day playing my wizard, I found that new area up on the ridge, and looks like everybody else already knows about that area. New to me. We'll fight this guy. He's blue. Looks like someone's taking on the trapper over there. I wish them the best of luck. Oh, that guy has a corpse right next to that trapper. He's down again. Oh, no. Are you aggro on me? Dang it. Oh, what is this? I'm stuck in a hole. I did not sign up for this. I did not sign up for this. Help me. So maybe we'll come around the other direction to pick up our corpse. So there are spiders up along here. Are these the same? Yeah, they're blue. Blue. Okay. Okay, people aren't killing those spiders there. Maybe that's part of the route we could take. Just run along that wall, killing those spiders, circle around, getting the two up on around the corner, and we could collect along the way. I'm feeling that. That could be our plan. Soloing through here. Alright, this guy is not dropping aggro. He's not teleporting to me, and he's not actually chasing me. Oh, there goes. Dropped aggro. I had one earlier on my wizard. I jumped off a cliff, kind of like I just did. And I landed halfway down on like a rock that was sticking out from the wall. And I thought, okay, cool. He can't reach me here. I'll sit and I'll get some resources. And then I'll jump down because I needed a little bit more health before I made the full jump. And he teleported down to the little rock I was on and killed me. And I hadn't seen that in the game yet. I've always seen him try to go around. I've never seen him like teleport. He like did this thing where he like shook and then like teleported down to me. It almost was like a Matrix thing. But he popped right down there and took me out. So I didn't have much chance. I'm just thinking since we're over here, we'll go ahead and go up the other way, get our body. Actually started to head over to sell, but I can't sell. I don't have anything. I just have what I've looted the last couple minutes. My body is sitting up there on the cliff. We'll go get it. I do like that you respawn with the gear that you had equipped. I've said this before. I'm just going to say it again. Because it creates like a new adventure where now your goal has changed. Your goal is to go get the rest of your stuff back, but you have the equipment you need to do it. And I think that's pretty awesome. And you can fight more things along the way. You can continue pushing your experience back up along the way. And if you kill a few things on the way to get your body, you're basically back to where you were before you died, if experience wise, and then you didn't lose that much time overall. Oh, that's another big mining node there, but that trapper is in the way. It's probably what's happening is people are trying to get to that mining node, like this guy here. Icy hot. Yeah, he didn't make it. That trapper got him. Magical. Look at that guy just sticking out the side of a rock. Let's take his stuff. Okay, got a few things that put me overload. But we have some stuff that should be able to stack because I looted new things while I was on my way here. So we should be able to stack a couple of these and make more room. Low quality bear hides. Do we have any low quality bear hides? We do not. Okay. We've got maple logs. Those are ash logs. Okay. So we have maple logs and ash logs. We have... Yeah, let me sort out this inventory and we'll be back in a second. Okay, got the inventory sorted out. I am going to jump down and run over to the vendor. Crossroads, I will clear out some inventory. We're very full. We're not overweight, but very full inventory of different things. We'll sell off what we can since we're right here anyway. That way we're not really wasting anything. Get a few more silver in our pocket, maybe. Crossroads supplier. Let's give him... Let's dump off some supplies on him. There's a quest where I need either the low quality bear hides or boar hides. I can't remember which one, so I'm going to hang on to both for the moment. We have a quest to hang on to ash logs. We can sell off most of the rest of the stuff, including hides. For water, we need apples. We also need blackberries, wherever our blackberry stash is. A lot of the rest of this is just, we're going to clear out just to make room. Here's Lendel's Tails. Here's the gemstone we need. And another one. I think we should hang on to this hardened caspilite. I think that's going to be worth something for us. All right, got inventory sorted out. I noticed we have a couple different types of gemstones. Did that clear out mining? Okay, we don't have the ones he's looking for, but we have a couple other ones. There's another quest somewhere to pick up 5 different types of gemstones, and I don't think it's from Thaddeus. I think it's from someone else, but we can hang on to those for now, and we'll use them when needed. Now we've opened up some space for gathering the more stuff that we need. And I think the idea is going to be to go up here, look for rats again, head down the hill, come circle around the mountain here. Kind of a boring route that we've seen many times. But I think it has what we need to complete a few quests on our path, and it will continue pushing up experience. We only have 45% to go. Get up to level 8. With level 8, that will open up probably those bear spawns down below for us, the ones that were orange. It opens up the goblin grouping if we see goblin camps going. So we'll have a couple of options at level 8. I'd really like to showcase some grouping. So my plan at level 8 is to try to get into those goblin groups, and then as we continue leveling from there, we'll get into the spider groups. We could get into some skeleton groups. So we'll keep an eye out for those kind of things when I'm not busy trying to take on orange spawns and having to do a corpse recovery. Outside of that, we'll keep an eye out for those opportunities. There's a rat. Even blue. Awesome. Cons blue. Get that experience. Those, as strong as the monk is at fighting and killing these things, really interesting with the wizard. So if you're fighting like a light blue, right after you get your first fire nuke, you can actually one-shot those light blues. I hadn't seen anything like that in Pantheon yet. And I know that as you go higher level, you know, you're not going to be one-shotting stuff. But the fact that I was looking at the Gadai camp, same one you've seen me at here on Sigil, and I was looking at it, and there were the 2 guys by the campfire that are difficult to split. And I was like, well, I'll use my... Oh, hey, we actually got a rat tail. Nice. I'll use my big nuke with my cooldown, my 2-minute cooldown that makes it have do more damage. I'll use it, and I'll just throw everything I have at the first guy, get him down. That way, on the second guy, I can take a couple of his hits while I work on him. What actually happened is the first guy was a light blue. I did my 2-minute cooldown. I hit it. hit him with the fire spell, and it one-shot him. Just burned him to the ground immediately. And it didn't even aggro the other guy. It's like the other guy didn't even notice it. To quote a friend, he was like, probably like, whoa, Billy just burst into flames and died. Guess I shouldn't worry about that. Poor Billy. I mean, how do you not notice the guy across you was just incinerated to ash on the ground? But hey, you know, it is what it is. So after that, my goal was always, can I one-shot one of these guys or any of these guys so I don't pull aggro on the others? All right, lost my train of thought there for a second. I had a dog moment. My big dog came in here, or came to the door and was wanting some attention. Stepped away for a second. Gave him some rubs. Gave him what he was looking for. A good dog. Say my big dog. I have two dogs. I have a 9-pound dog and a 90-pound dog. A little dog. She is 13 this year. She is an old lady. But doing really well. She still has that puppy energy. Small dog puppy energy. So she's getting a little grayer, a little slower. But good dog. My bigger dog is... He is 6 this year? 6, 7? He might be 7 this year. I might be a year off. He's much bigger, so he's kind of aging faster than my little dog. So they're almost like hitting this same point of slowing down at his age and her age, 7 and 13 or 6 and 13, whatever they are. So it's kind of interesting to watch, but he is the sweetest dog ever. But he does like his people, and he'll just come wandering around looking to get pet and loved on a little bit. Not afraid to ask for some attention, that guy. Sometimes even, sometimes the timing of it is less than ideal. All right, but we did kill another rat and no tail, I think. So we're at 4 tails. We need 5. So close. Would love to stop thinking about creepy old Lendl. Although I imagine there's going to be more stuff down there with that door that's in the well. There's got to be something, something else going on there. We are going to skin boars because we still want boar meat. Oh, I just sold all the boar meat. When I was over there selling, I just quickly sold the boar meat. I was thinking we don't need meat because we're not doing cooking, but that was a mistake. We need 5 boar meat. Here we start again. 1 boar meat. So we need 5 boar meat for this quest and 3 boar meat for the other one. Okay. I mean, luckily, there's probably a lot of boars in our future. Because that area down, even where we want to go to solo the bears and such, that's still boars. And the next area that I want to go to for like kind of the 10 to 12 time frame also has boars. So I think we'll be fine on getting those quests done. I gotta remember to be a little slower about selling those things. Just take an extra minute. The beetle blue, light blue. Just gonna get to the kind of top of the hill here and look around for more rats. There's one. If we don't see any rats, I'm gonna go down and fight those. There's some boars in the valley over there. So, be nice to knock this quest off the list. All right, we have cleared the area of rats. There's nothing left alive. Got a light blue howler, but he will aggro on us. We'll kind of go around him. Ash right over there. We're going to go for this boar right here. Oh, I thought it was close enough that he wouldn't do his charge, but he got it off pretty quick. Now, boars we should be pretty good against. They're still very straightforward enemies. Not a lot of trickiness going on. No spell casting. No weird abilities. Just melee hits. We will also put together a string of melee hits. I did use Gate of Anger. Again, I'm going to pretend like it's still some kind of defensive cooldown. And if it's not, then I will adjust myself later when they fix the tooltip. After that boar meat. In fact, this guy didn't skin his boar over here, so I will run down there and skin it because there's a chance on skinning to get that meat. And we need 8 of them or we need 5 of them. It depends on if the turning in the quest takes the boar meat or if turning in the quest lets me keep the boar meat. I'll probably go in with the assumption that we need 8, and if I end up with extra, cool. I can't loot that yet, so I can't. Eventually, the timer on corpses, there is a point where they go to public. So if you, it's interesting, it doesn't tell you the timer on it here, but if this were if I killed this, I'll show an example. There should be a rat corpse up here. So this is my kill. And it tells me how long until anyone can loot. So I killed this and it's saying, hey, in 1 minute and 22 seconds, anybody can loot it. Basically telling me if I want it, I better get it now. It'd be interesting if it did that for other corpses, right? Like if someone else killed something and just left it in the field, how long until it's ready for open loot? Because when that boar goes to open loot, I'll be able to skin it and try to get the meat. And that's when I leave things behind sometimes by not skinning or looting them. By not skinning them, I figure, someone else might come along that wants that particular type of skin or whatever. It'd be neat to see the timer on that. And I know in EverQuest, I shouldn't say in EverQuest completely, but I know in Project Quorum for EverQuest emulation server, you can see that timer. If you con a dead target, you can see the timer on how long until it becomes lootable. So again, I can't speak for EverQuest in general at this point. It's been many years since I've played actual classic EverQuest, but I have played on the Project Quorum server. You can see there's Project Quorum videos here on my YouTube channel. If you're into goofy roleplaying, someone staying in character or making up a character for their EverQuest, low-level EverQuest challenge. They're choosing an alt challenge. You might enjoy those EverQuest Project Quorum videos on my channel. Got more of those coming. I was working on the next one, but I've been a little distracted by Pantheon. But I have all the recording done for them. I need to get to the editing and voiceovers. In fact, a lot of the editing is done on the next one. It's just a matter of doing the voice for the half-elf rogue, which I think will be a lot of fun. Enough about EverQuest, though. We are playing Pantheon today. So, looking for more rats. There we go. I'm on a mission. Let's see. This one's light blue. I'm on a mission to finish that Lendl quest. While also getting boar meat. I don't want to be so brave that we're taking yellows while we're at half health. So let's get a little bit of health. Call that 70% health. All right, here we go. Nice. We got everything in the opener. We took the charge with no issues. We'll go ahead and heal ourselves up with the resonating strikes. Get our iron palm in there, which avoids a little bit of their armor, which is nice. And we got our wandering fist, which is going to also give us we can hit it again, and we get 3 seconds of dodge. We've got resonating strike coming back around. And Chi is just a ranged ability. Focus Chi, a ranged ability. Nothing, doesn't dodge armor or anything like that. Just nice staple range damage ability. There is a quest to get 5 of these Godai insignia, and I think it might be from the guards further up the road. So it might be worth next time we come back down here. So we'll go back to town, we'll do some stuff, and when we come back down, maybe we'll run up that way. Can show you what it looks like as you head up towards the castle, and pick up I believe there's a quest from the guards up there. All right, I was coming in here to look for boar meat, and we still only have one. Dang, can't believe I sold those again. I would love, you know, I'm not gonna complain too hard about it. It is my own fault. I'm even tracking my quests and paying attention to them, and I still sold them. But it would be interesting if there was a way to give you a quick warning that says, "Hey, these are for a quest," or mark them as a quest item. A warning when you're going to sell them. Hey, this is a quest item. Make sure you want to sell it. I think that would be enough every time to make me go, "Oh, that's right. No, don't sell them." But also, blaming no one but myself. I know how the game works. I knew what I was trying to gather, and I did it wrong. So, no big deal. But maybe a small quality of life to help protect people from themselves, because apparently I need it. Just make life as easy as possible for the users without removing, you know, the difficulty from the game experience. We don't want to play games where there's no problem to solve. But I feel like that one doesn't feel like a challenge to overcome to me, other than my own memory failing me when I'm at the vendor thinking I just need to clear out some inventory. So I don't feel like that's part of the game challenge is, damn it, I sold a... I mean, it kind of is, because if you think about EverQuest, like originally in EverQuest, before there was any kind of buyback or anything, you like, if you sold your epic or something to a vendor, well, that was gone. So you did have to be careful, and I guess that is a little bit of the charm of a classic game. But I feel like putting some kind of a quest warning in there when you're about to sell something, like this is for an active quest that you're on, doesn't remove the challenge of playing the game and doing the quest and all those things. So it might be worth considering. Maybe I'll throw it in the Discord as a suggestion. In fact, I think I will check the Discord. I had made the suggestion before that when you mouse over these numbers here, it tells you what raising these skills will do. And I gave the example of actually on the professions page of mining. You know, raising the mining skill, what does that do? And when we talked about that before on one of the videos, I'm going to pull up Discord here and see if I'd made the suggestion on the official Discord, and then there were some replies, and I'm curious if it went anywhere. Oh my goodness, I was in my other screen looking at Discord, and when you leave this screen, when I leave this, I sound muted in this window when I left it. And I just happened to glance back and see that wolf chewing on me. Let me get on top of this rock if I'm going to be looking at the other screen. I'm glad I saw it before it killed us, though. Okay, I did find my post, and it's still there. It's still being looked at and considered. There's a few people that have posted replies to it in the Discord. I'll look through and see if there's something in there about timers on the corpse, on the body, so we can see when they are going to be lootable. That would be one suggestion I'd have. So usually with a lot of mobs, you're going to want to pull from a distance, so you can get in. You can get in the shuriken, the soul shuriken, and chi spear, both from a distance. But since the boars do a charge and stun you, and then just get some free hits on you, I think it's always better just to get right in with them, close that gap immediately, and not give them the opportunity to do that free damage to you. Yeah, I think the timeout. So I think the timeout on the corpses. So once it goes from being lootable only by me or the person who killed it to being available to everybody, I think it's a very short time. I think it's only like 1 more minute. But I also remember reading or hearing in one of the live streams with Joppa that they are thinking about changing the way that works and making it available for longer to everybody once it kind of goes out of that initial it's only for me time period, like giving a few minutes instead of 1 minute or whatever it is now. I think we can go right in on this boar. He's yellow, so we're going to do the usual, use all the cooldowns. Try to get some extra damage up front. At some point, we're also going to want to be keeping our eyes open for another staff upgrade. We got this one from the Thugs group that we did, but there are even better ones out there, especially on this busy server. Avos is a busy server with a lot of people. A lot of people and a lot of people at high levels. My wizard I was talking about is on a different server, a very low population West Coast server. And it's crazy. Like I mentioned this on last episode, how much of a difference it is just night and day. Like this area, I'm seeing people constantly in this area, and I could go an hour without playing, or an hour of playing without seeing another person over there on that server. Which again is fine when you're trying to solo, but there's almost no groups going on that server. Very few groups. And it's the same 3 or 4 people forming those groups. Like you start to recognize names because the population's so small, which is also kind of neat. People will just come on into general chat and say, "Hey guys," and everybody's grouped with them or done something with that person. So they, "Hey, how's it going?" You really do have like a server reputation when it's a smaller population. Here we've got the server has 3 shards now, and people are scattered across those shards, so you're not always going to see the same people day in and day out. So as much as the shard idea is neat from the standpoint of I can try to find the population experience I'm looking for by hopping shards, or I can also check for different spawns and stuff. I think it still suffers from, I did it again. Good day, Trapper. Same spot where those other guys are getting killed. I got to talking and wandering. Well, I'm going to outsmart myself this time. And rather than stay and try to fight him, just go ahead and reset it. In fact, if he makes it all the way down here and an old O'Day here kills him, maybe I can jump up there and get that mining spawn if someone doesn't beat me to it. Let's go. Let's go get him together. I'm coming with you. Yeah, where's he at, Odie? I'll be his hype man. Yeah. Get him, Odie. Get him. Yeah, hyped up Odie. He took down the Godai Trapper. Go see if that mining spawn's open. Could have done it without his hype man. That's for sure. Gotta have your backup. Talking you up. Okay, so that was the trapper that was right here, and that big old mining node was right here. So it might have already been gone before I even pulled Ode that time. I could look at the video later, but someone managed to get in there and get it, or kill the trapper and get in there and get it. And I know there's one more trapper around this area too, so gotta be a little more careful. Oh, we got a blue spawn here. Let's get him. Still one rat tail short. I can't believe with the amount of time that we've spent thinking about those rat tails for Lendl that we're still a rat tail short. Just insane. But in all this, we are nearing that level 8, sweet level 8 threshold. Let's see, rats, or just howlers. Yeah, there must be a time of day that certain things are pushed to spawn. Because we had rats, we killed a bunch of them. Now we've got howler pups. And then at night we had the bats. That's kind of neat. So the area doesn't stay stagnant with just the same spawns forever, for all hours of the day. There is some difference. And down here we saw the boars. Still boars down here, but now we have this wild buck here as well. So I kind of like that. It doesn't seem to be static in the area. There's kind of a table of possible spawns and maybe an influence based on the time of day. Right? When would prey be out versus when would maybe it's kind of the prey predator cycle, right? What time of day do predators come out to hunt, and where do the prey go? Where do the prey when would the prey be hiding so they're not out there getting hunted? So now we got little wolves out. So all the rats and rabbits are hiding. Could be. I don't know the design code, but just having been in this area now for a while and seeing the different things that have spawned at different times of day is very compelling to think that there's something to that theory. It appears this is going to be a video of mostly grinding out a level and a little bit of adventures. I'm hoping to get level 8, get that last rat tail, and then maybe do a little bit of clearing out a couple more quests out back towards town. We'll see. See if we come across something that sidetracks us before then. Oh, actually, we're going to get this apple tree first. Where are we at for apples? We're at 20 apples, so one of our quests needs 20 apples. the crossroads needs 20 apples and 20 blackberries, which we're at 13 already. And the other one is... I could swear there was another quest that needed apples. Nope, just the 20 apples. Okay. So actually we're good for apples, but I will grab this one anyway. Try to remember not to sell them when we're at the vendor. Let's head down. We'll get that buck. We'll look for some stuff to gather down this way again. Since apparently none of the rats are still out up top there. If we do make level 8 and head back into town to do that, to do the other things that we're talking about, I'm going to hit that newbie area right outside of town with those tons of rat spawns, and I'm going to grind out until I get that last rat tail. We're not leaving town this next trip without having that quest complete. All right, what do we have? Another buck, blue, sweet. Grab him and then see if I can get this mining spawn. But if somebody grabs it, that's fine. Use the 2-minute cooldown, do a little extra damage. Let your chi guide you and do some armor penetration. So that is great. Oh, we got some... Oh, it was the Celestium Dust. I thought it was another one of the gems we needed. Well, never mind. Nothing to be excited about. Here's our spider friends again. I'm just going to push through to this level 8. Then I think I'm going to take a short break. And then our plan will be to head into town, grind out on those newbie spiders to get our spider tail, and close that one out. Turn in what we can. And then make our way to... I think I want to do that Golem quest. I've never done that yet. And it may even be low level for us, but it's a new experience. I haven't even gone... I've almost always gone south out of the city. Or out of town, out of Avelia. I've almost always gone south and made my way down south to the area that we're in now. That's been kind of just the plan each time. So going out to the north and having something that kind of leads us that way, it's pretty interesting. We'll see some new stuff. If we're going out to the north, we can also kind of go to the west, and go up, like I was talking about, near the Dire Lords, the non-evil race Dire Lords. Start up in a cave, or kind of like almost like a, I wouldn't say like a temple, but like it's not just a crappy little cave. It's a built out fortress in the side of a mountain. It's got a big hall and a big entry, and so those guys are way up there, and up that way are some of those cultists that we need to kill for a quest anyway. So let's see, this one might do it, or that next buck. Let's see. There it is. Level 8. Alright, I'm going to look at this buck. He is still blue, so I'm going to go ahead and fight this one as well and just put a little bit of padding on this level. I have this tendency to level and then immediately run off, and the next thing that happens is I get myself into some... I almost said dumb, but we'll call it unplanned altercation, and I'm losing my level right away, so we'll give ourselves a little bit of padding here. In fact, maybe I'll run back down and hang out at the rock here, and on the way I'll look for one or two things to kill if anything is up down here. If not, that's fine. Got a howler, deer, up. Here we go. Got ourselves a boar. There's that charge, so he's going to get some free damage on me while that's happening. Go ahead and use a healing strike now. Use a cooldown. Alright, there's one. We're a little bit into that bubble. I think I'm going to hit one. Actually, I still need the boar meat anyway, so I'll skin this guy and then I'll hit one more. I think that will be enough padding, and that'll be enough for us to head back. Oh, but wait, I did get also... I have my level 8 scroll, so we can get Focus Chi which is just a straight up damage cooldown, not even armor penetration. It just makes the next ability do 50% more damage. That's awesome. So we have another, on a 2-minute cooldown? Yeah, we have another 2-minute cooldown. So when we're looking to stack some damage, skin this one as well. No boar meat, unfortunately. Okay, that gives us a little bit of padding, so if we do die once, it shouldn't take us all the way down through the level. I'm going to rest here, take a short break. We'll have a quick fade out, fade back, and we'll keep going. All right, we're back. Still have a few things to finish off. Still looking for some boar meat, and still looking for, assuming I don't sell it all once again, but we're looking for some boar meat, and we are still looking for rat tails. So that is what we're going to finish up, so we can head back to town, and we can do some other clearing of the quest log. Had a missed resonating strike in there, so a little more dangerous. These boars are still ranging from blue to yellow, so we got to make sure I know what level of boar I'm fighting here. This one was yellow and beat me up a little bit. So in our travels here, we're also looking to do some mining. There's some more boar meat. We're looking to do some mining. We have a quest for... We still need to get the quest for the Crossroads guy. And he was looking for some gems for mining. We're going to keep looking for that. But mainly, I want to get some quests done to take back with me to town. Just a couple of things that we are close to, like the boar meat and like Lendl's quest. Then we can turn those in town. And then I want to get out there and chase down that construct. I think that will be really cool. But there's no sense in just running straight back to town without getting a couple of things done. So we want to get... We maybe even could get this... Well, Fire Beetle Charger is going to be a little ways out, so we'll wait on that. We might be able to get blackberries if we see them on the way. The rat tail, of course. If we get nighttime, we can go for moon lilies. And then we're looking for the meat for Form and Aldius. So for Aldius, we just need one more boar meat, so we can finish that up soon. We can see if we get any of our gems here. The gem is, we're looking for citrine or topaz. No gems that time, so we'll take on this boar. He's an equal level spawn, but we're going to use up the cooldowns, so we can kill him a little faster. No sense in just having those things up and not using them. Oh, there we go. We had a missed resonating strike, so very dangerous once again. I've been playing on my Dire Lord since the last break, or since the last session, and a little higher level. Just made 12. So he has a little better sustain at beyond level 10. He gets an ability that lets him get a lot of health back from his attacks. And I was just recently fighting these same boars, and I'm forgetting how difficult they were at level 8. But I think the monk is going to be in a really good footing when it comes to scaling up. Also, as we gain levels. That's a blue one. We're going to take him on. Oh, didn't get close enough before the stun. That's dangerous. But we got our resonating strike in there. Should be able to come back around to another one before he murders us. Oh, but it's close. Oh, just logged back in the monk. Already taking the crazy chances. Good stuff. Right on. Let's get that boar meat. There we go. I will try to remember not to sell the damned boar meat. Let's go up and around, fight our way up and around, and... Actually, I want to see if these spiders along here are still blue. But let's go up and around, and we will get to... Yes, the spiders are still blue. So we're going to follow up this wall and just fight the spiders on the way up. And we'll try to get the rat meat sorted out. There are a couple mining nodes that we might be able to run to along the way, which maybe we can get the gems that we need. If not, that can be a longer-term project. That's not one that's holding us up from going back to town. What I'd like to get is the blackberries, but I think on my other characters, the ones that have actually finished that quest, I'm pretty sure that I ended up just going back out to Wizard Island and just running around twice on Wizard Island and collecting up the blackberries, which, I mean, that's something we could do to finish it off. For now, we'll knock out a couple of blue spiders on our travel and back to grinding out the rat tail. Ugh. It makes me laugh every time now. It's so ridiculous that that's what I'm chasing. We'll fight that boar after the spider. So we are working on heading back to town and doing quests, of course. We're still always pushing the experience bar forward. We'll keep steadily making our way towards level 9 while we're traveling. Now, some of the quests we're going to do when we're back towards town are likely going to give little or no experience because they're probably low for us, but I still want to walk through doing them and, you know, see what there is to learn about the class quests from the monks and just different things that maybe I haven't seen yet. I know one thing I haven't spent a lot of time on any character are these treasure hunter quests. Like, you get some of the random stuff as you go, but I think I usually end up selling a lot of the pieces off just because I think they're not valuable. But it might be worth really noting down what we need for those and starting to figure out where those things come from. I think there's a good number of them that come from humanoid spawns, so things like the Gadai and others. And it may be worth focusing in on those a little bit to try to see if we can do any of those treasure hunter quests. And I haven't really done any of the scavenging, I think it's called. Any of the scavenging yet, using the scavenging table and breaking down other things. I've mostly just sold extras, so a couple of things we haven't explored yet. So I had been going back and forth on what to do as my second profession, and I don't believe that I know I picked up fletching, but I don't think I actually picked up the woodworking or the... Oh, is it woodworking? Well, never mind. I did pick up woodworking. I was thinking about if I still hadn't picked a second profession, cooking seems to be turning out to be a pretty good one. Now, I do have cooking over on Dredge, my shaman on this server, so I can still do that. I can still funnel stuff over to him, but I was just thinking, if I hadn't picked anything, it might be cool to pick up cooking and just start gathering some of that stuff as we're out. But I also don't mind the woodworking. Or carpentry, I think, is what I was thinking about. Speaking of which, let's get some wood. And yeah, now that we're level 8, we can look at trying to find a goblin group if we see one going, or other level 8-ish groups. Not likely going to make it into this video, but in the next video, we will continue with wherever we're at on some of the quest log clearing, and then maybe throw ourselves in the looking for group queue and see if anybody is looking for an excellent level 8 monk. Still no gems from that mining node. Alright. Get there eventually. Sometimes there's mining nodes up on these kind of, or around these rocks. Yeah, there's one. Around these rocks to the right over here. I'll dip over there. Sometimes you have to climb up to get them, but I don't see any up on top. Just this one over here. No gems. Is there another one there? Oh yeah, nice. We're gonna keep trying. Alright, no gems from any of those nodes. How are we on inventory space? I can clear out some inventory here. We'll swing by the crossroads Aster and clear out some inventory. Just confirming, I did not sell the boar meat. I can just run up and open that box. Huh. Didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe for a quest, or maybe sometimes that box just spawns and I've just never noticed in all of my times going by here. Could be either one. So one more trip up here to the hilltop. See if we can knock out this rat tail situation. If we can't, if we get up there and we're not able to get one in a very quickly from rats that maybe still give us experience, I think the plan's going to be to go ahead and head back to town. Head back into Avelia. We can hit the newbie area and just destroy all the rats there until we get one tail. Alternately, we could jump out to Wizard Island and also try to get blackberries and just murder all the rats that we see out there. Oh, somebody's already killing rats up here. There's a bunch of rat corpses. Yeah, this is likely a bust for us for now then if somebody's already looking for the same thing. Maybe they're trying to help out Creepy Lendl also. Who knows? With that in mind, we will start making our way back to town. I don't need to skin. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with the plan to head into town. On the way, we'll hit Formaldius. We'll turn in these couple of quests we have here. The Huntress. Knock all those out. Oh, there's a rat. He's green, but we're not looking for experience from him. We're just looking for tails. Oh, we got more teeth. I'm not even gonna skin him. Gonna keep on moving. I guess it must be something with the way we fight that we're just really good at knocking the tails off of rats, and they're just so destroyed afterwards that we can't even gather them up to bring them in for a quest. Or alternative hypothesis, these are all mutant rats and don't have tails, huh? Who knows? It's a fantasy game. Maybe rats out here having a tail is just a rare mutation, right? There's a G'day recruiter down here. Got to be careful. We don't want that guy. But there are also rats. Oh, the foxes actually attack the rats. That's pretty cool. Hey, there it is. Our last Rat Tails for Lendl is ready for turn-in. Well, let's go do that, and then let's never think about it again. No more thinking about Creepy Lendl and his rat tail. Juicy, delicious rat tails, as he says. Let's revisit the quest, though, just to remind ourselves how gross he is. Don't tell anyone about this. I don't want them to think I'm weird or nothing. Say, have you ever eaten a rat tail? They are absolutely delicious. At least I think so. Maybe it's my last name. His last name's Whiskers. Well, since you know my secret, maybe you could help me? If you come across any particularly juicy rat tails in your travels, I'll gladly take them off your hands. I only need 5 more to start my next batch of rat tail jerky. I may even give you some for your troubles. You know, Lendl, I'm going to pass on the rat tail jerky, but you do you, buddy. Alright, so we do have one to turn into the Huntress, and she is up here. We're going to climb this wall and talk to her real quick. You might have some... Oh, I was already sprinting, so obviously I have no energy to get up the wall. Now, with my other characters who are all at different stages of playing through, the Huntress has always been a source of just more and more quests. They don't actually really seem to run out. Like, I'll turn this one in for the Bormy, and she's going to give me another one that says, kill the bear. There's a bear out there she wants me to kill. And then there'll be more and more of these that I can do, which is pretty cool. I think with the fletching quest, I needed to get my fletching up to a certain level before I actually turn that in to the Huntress. It comes from this one. Yeah, reach 18 skill. I'm only at 5. I haven't gone back and done any trade skilling, so that will not going to happen right now, but we will do that eventually. We'll work our way through a couple of the trade skill quests, which will help us skill up a little further and open more options. Now, especially as we get a little bit higher level, we're going to want to get into the tier 2 recipes, because we're going to want a better staff and things like that. So we're definitely going to want to work on that. But right now, I'm going to turn in the quests I have, pick up the next round, ash logs. Looking for a higher quality pelt. So what do we have exactly? Ash logs, which I have 2, and 3 low quality wolf pelts, which I will check the bank. I don't know if I was banking any of the low quality pelts. If I was, this might be a real quick quest. I have tattered pelts, but no others. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I still have my apprenticeship crafting token. So I didn't actually take the woodworking and wood cutting, wood carving. These are all part of fletching then. Excellent. Okay, so I can... I'm going to go ahead and take cooking, I think, on this character. I've kind of put playing my shaman on hold, so it'd be nice to be more self-sufficient here on this character. So I think that's going to be a good choice. We're going to want to hang on to these Gadai insignia for a while. They'll show up in another quest. The ash logs are for a quest. These guys are for a quest. We have low quality bear and boar hides, which I don't think we'll need. We can probably just sell those off. All right. I think that's good. We'll do a quick sell off, and we will jump down and finally talk to Lendl and just get that off the freaking plate. No offense to the guy that lives at the bottom of the well and eats rat tail jerky all day. Okay, everything else we're gonna keep. Here we go. Lendl. Been a minute. Gross. Not much to work with down here. Did he give me rat jerky? No. Good. I would have had to burn it. I don't want any part of that. It'd be crazy to find out rat tail jerky gives you like one of the best buffs or something, so you're just always visiting Lendl to get more. Yummy. Okay, was that everything we had to turn in? Okay, that's everything we had to turn in. So what I think I want to do here is, first of all, let's go up and train in cooking while we're in town, and I'm thinking about it. So now while we're out, we're going to be saving the meats, and we're going to be hitting those wild vegetation and herbs. We're going to be gathering that stuff up so we can work on these cooking quests. If you come up here, kind of behind, that's the... If you look from back here, that's the well area. And up behind here is the ranger area where we talk to the huntress. If you come into this house, you meet Annie Ray. We came in here before to get quests. We had a quest from her before that we did. And here we're going to learn cooking. I will say yes. And then she has a whole bunch of quests for us that we will work on. We're going to need to gather some things in order to do these cooking quests. And we'll probably have a whole session that is just working on all these different cooking quests to get them up, because we'll get different buff foods and things like that. It's going to be awesome. All right, so that brings us to, I want to do this quest that we have not done before, which is, I want to do Call the Cultists, which we can run out and do. And I want to do Strength of the Earth. So he says, once again, he says, golems were built to withstand the elements, are difficult to break. Seek out one of these abandoned golems near the old quarry and test your strength against it. You'll need to focus your chi. Return you're victorious. So have you seen the lake to the north? It was once a quarry until the mining golems broke through an underground stream. So we're going to head out that direction to the north. We're going to find the lake, and we're going to look for a golem in the quarry. I do want to swing by just real quick. I want to run by the monk scroll vendor. Just pick up whatever we have for maybe a level 9, level 10. We'll just carry him in the bag. So we will grab a monk trait for level 10. And we will grab, let's see what we're missing. So we are level 6, and so we get rock stance at level 9. It is a true defensive rather than Gate of Anger. We will gain a true defensive at level 9. Level 10, we get Feign Death. A very class-defining skill. There's a little bit of an issue with it currently, and I'll probably talk more about it again later once we get there, but it's currently doing a check for all opponents, and it has a chance to fail on each of them individually. It's also doing... it has some issues with interacting with smell. So mobs in Pantheon have 3 ways to detect you. They can see you, they can hear you, or they can smell you. So right now it's not fully clearing aggro in a lot of cases, which it needs to. Or it's not as good, not a very useful ability. So we'll grab Feign Death, and then also level 10, we get Wheel Kick. While this ability is off cooldown with a successful auto attack, you have a 20% chance to kick the enemy. Okay, so just not you. So using it does a wheel kick doing heavy damage. Not using it, you get a 20% chance to throw in an extra kick. That's kind of a neat idea. Then we have Focus Chi from level 8. And then after that, our next jump will be, it looks like, level 12. We're going to head north. And we are going to go find this quarry. We're going to find this golem. We're going to challenge that guy. We're going to take him down. I think after that, maybe the next thing to do is actually jump out to Wizard Island. Find our blackberries out there. That is still the fastest way I've found to get those blackberries. And we can also do mining while we're out there, just making the one round of the island, looking for these gemstones. That's not going to get us some of these other things, but it may get us another quest off the list if we can get Haster his blackberries. Having said that, we're obviously going to watch for blackberries out here. So there's a charm training golem, but I don't think this is our guy. He is unaware of our presence, so he's probably not the guy that we need to challenge. Was it this area? Well, we'll keep heading north. I think that's part of the bigger water. I'm not sure that's what he was talking about. Keeping an eye out. We do still need blackberries, and since we just took up cooking, we're also looking for any of the other vegetables or little herb spawns that we can farm up. Is this guy? Oh, here's some blackberries. Awesome. Okay, well, we're gonna have to talk to that guy if he's someone you could talk to. Like I was saying before, I've almost always just gone south out of town and gone that way and done all the things down there that you've seen me do so far. I haven't really explored up here to the north. And I don't think it goes much further than this. But it is... Okay, so this looks like a quarry. A lake with a quarry. Oh, right. I think there are... One of my first days playing, I think I got killed by some bandits or something down here, just wandering around. But let's see if this guy is interactable. He looks like one of them little hoggle goblins. I can't interact with him. He's part of the Great Owls. Okay, he's a former owl, it said. I don't know anything about that. That's super interesting things that are out there to be learned. And we'll learn more, we'll see more, we'll get to do more as the game develops and moves on. It's actually a pretty exciting... It's kind of exciting to be part of this game when it's almost incomplete. It's almost cooler to me than having a fully complete game at this point, because now I'm just going to be wondering what the heck are the Great Owls and what is that guy doing? You know, you just barely see his head back there, but what is he even doing? Why is he standing there on the edge looking over? And why is he a goblin? Hoggle goblin. It looks like those foragers, right? Those forager goblins from the newbie zone. That's crazy. Okay, so this looks like a former quarry. It's a lake to the north. I have to imagine this is where we're supposed to be. Now we just... Oh, an abandoned quarry goblin. There's our guy. All right. Prepare yourself, quarry goblin. The light blue. I think we're in good... We're positioned well. As the shadows move across the land, so too do our fists. Let's take him down. He said we would need to use our Focus Chi. We've used it. And the golem is down. And he just disappears. There is no loot. Okay. Was that enough to do the quest? It sure was. Anything else cool around here? Like I was saying before, I believe I dropped down or climbed down these walls or something. I was the first day I played, I was just trying to find a way to get to the castle and climb up the walls or whatever, and I didn't realize there were bridges. And I ended up falling down here and landed. I ended up falling off the wall and into this water. And I want to say when I came up out of this water, I saw these toads, and that there were some bandits, Gadai. It might have been Gadai, but I wasn't really aware of who they were at the time. But I thought I ran up here. Oh, it might be the thugs. This looks like one of the thugs camps. Yeah, this is the thugs camp that's slightly farther away from town than Avelia. So usually you end up seeing thugs being camped up closer to Avelia, but this one's a little further down. There are more thugs, I think, in this camp overall, but I usually don't see groups over here, or at least not as often. We're going to head back to Master Sion. That's a cool quest. So if you had gotten that, so they said it's there when you finish the first quest that he gives you. If you'd gotten that at a low level when you first went down here, that thing would be, you know, if you're only level 3 or 4 or something when you get that quest, you'd be looking at that thing being orange or red. You'd have to kind of work your way towards being able to fight it and wondering what level you could fight it at. Now we're already level 8 by the time we got the quest or got around to the quest. It actually wasn't even in game when we started this character, but it was still cool. I think it would have been interesting to have us have to loot something from it and bring it back, but maybe that's kind of not as monkish, right? Just the challenge of the fight is the thing, not the treasure. But now I want to go turn it in. I want to see if there's any other follow-up to that. We did get a couple blackberries, but I don't think we got enough yet for Aster. Yeah, we're still 3 short. Okay, so let's turn this in, and then we'll hop out to Wizard Island, knock out the rest of the blackberries and apples. Then I think after that, it's going to be clearing out a couple of lower level quests like the cultists. Maybe the golden needle, but if I'm going to solo the thugs, I think I want even a couple more levels. They're a lot easier to solo when you get up in the level 12 range. I'm too high to join the groups that would be doing it for experience, and kind of too low to solo them effectively. Here we are, Strength of Earth. At times, we must be as resilient as the earth, and at times, we must be the fist that shatters it. Well, I shattered that freaking golem, I'll tell you that. And he does have a follow-up. Very cool. So we have the whole monk chain now. A lot of the other classes have like a starter chain for their class, and we didn't really have that with the monk. We had one quest, and then it was broken, or it was broken beyond that. So looks like that actually connected the whole chain. Here, he's going to give me one final lesson that may guide me. South of here stands a large rock spire. At its peak, the wind is strong, but you must take care to retain your footing. The journey to the spire may be dangerous. I've heard that a group of bandits camps near its base. Your task is to climb the spire. When you reach its peak, witness the power of the wind. When you have finished, please speak with Grandmaster Coman. He'll wish to meet with you. So I know when I did the Dire Lord quests for the human kind of Dire Lord starting area, one guy gave me the second in command guy gave me a few quests, and then the head guy gave me a couple of quests. So I'm hoping this is kind of the same thing, and we can follow along the monk quest line. So he said to head out to the south and climb a spire, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with the plan. Jump out to Wizard Island real quick and just knock out this whole blackberry thing. There's always a bunch of them out there. Yeah, so that means probably in our next video we'll be starting out. We'll continue on the monk quest line and see where that goes. We also want to get those cultists, and I don't know if I'll get to those before the end of this video, but that's fairly easy to deal with. All right, this will do it. Got all our blackberries. We just need some apples. I think that we have apples in the bank, but apples have been way easier to get when we're headed down that road to the south, so I'm not as worried about it. We will find the apples easily along the path. The blueberries just always seem so rare, and I knew there are several spawn points out here for them, just having done this area on a couple different characters, done some gathering out here before. So we get that knocked out. I think I can survive this fall. Yeah. We get that knocked out. Now we'll head back into town. We'll take the teleporter back. Probably wrap up this video at that point. And our plan next session is going to be to head out towards the south. We could teleport down to the crossroads area and work down there, but I think we're just going to head out of town to the south. We're going to figure out where this monk quest takes us. But while we head out to the south from town, we're going to swing by the cultist camp there. See if we can clear out that quest. If we can't clear out the quest, then the other plan would be to run up to the cultist group that is up by the Dire Lord starting area to the west. So we'll try right outside town. If we can knock out the quest there, then we'll continue on south. Work on the monk quest, figure out where that takes us. But if not, we will be clearing that cultist quest out to the west. Hey everyone, Sigil here. If you're getting a kick out of watching the monk, go ahead and give a good palm strike to those YouTube buttons so you get alerted when the next one comes out. Thanks for watching.
Hit the start, no looking back. Controllers in hand on the right track. We're streaming dreams, making worlds collide. 1,000 voices cheering worldwide.